I'm Mr Preston, Eric Preston, and I'm the chairman of Ecton Bridge Old Gooseberry Society and have been for the last 35 to 40 years.
Ecton Bridge Gooseberry Society have been holding a gooseberry show since 1800. And it's all about, can you grow the biggest berry?
It's great fun, the anticipation of growing the berry and hoping that this is going to be your year.
But it's not only about the length, it's the girth. I mean, they are just huge.
They're nice to eat, but we're not bothered about that. That's just a byproduct.
I love them, I curse them. It is a love-hate affair.
A lot of the new growers, when they come with them the first time, they bring them in looking very proudly, but when they get to look at some of them on the table, it's a bit disheartening for them.
I was once told by a man that my wife said to him, my late wife, that if I was a goose, I'd be a lot better looked after.
Just a fraction of an inch, less than half. Whoa. Near enough for agriculture, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tie it off.
I got an interest when I started work on the estate in 1951, because the three gamekeepers I worked with, they were all keen.
Oh, Brian. Oh, the salt of the earth. Lovely, lovely man.
I think Brian is the only member that actually lives in Ecton Bridge.
There aren't many in the village now. There's only about 2 of us in the Ecton parish, whereas when I started there were a big percentage were very local.
He's been growing gooseberries competitively for years, and of course it was fantastic in 2009 when he took the world record.
I picked the champion one 2 years ago, a few days beforehand, because they were bursting and they were a lot riper, and I panicked a bit and picked it then. If I'd left it, it would have been heavier still, but on the other hand, it might have done the other and burst.
He excels every year, does Brian, and a lot of people wonder what his secret is, because he really does persistently grow very large berries.
It's just down to really good gardening practice. I mean, you need good stock to start with, same as with most things.
It's a very humbling thing growing gooseberries, because you put all your work into it and you think you're going to do wonderful, and then at the day they all burst the day before, but that's how it goes.
You have to prepare the ground well and as you can see, protect them from various predators.
And of course there's the tales of woe, of what's happened to them. Mice have got them, badgers have got them.
A new one this year, a slug. It isn't so big when you get a look at it, that.
You do see them with a big eye and a little eye.
I thought it was better than that.
And that meant you went out one night and looked at them with your big eye and they were enormous. You went out next day and looked at them with your little eye and they weren't half the size you thought they were going to be.
It's as good as I've got this time. There'll be quite a few bigger than that tomorrow, I'm sure.
Morning.
It's a little hive of activity for this one day. It's taken all the year to get to this, and this is our pinnacle of our success for the year.
To me, it's all about community and community spirit. They are passionate about growing the biggest gooseberry.
I am a gooseberry addict, a gooseberry eccentric. It's just me today.
You sit in your pen and watch them grow, feed them and nature them and talk to them.
The only people allowed in the room are the people who are having the berries weighed.
How long do you think that'll be?
Well, it depends where you are in queue.
I do find they're getting on a bit and a bit cranky, but I'll give as good as I can get. Right, well, I'm going to sit over there because I'm just caught on.
No, sit
And
out
I'm
there.
cold. I'm going to sit on here.
Bloody.
I know where I'm going. My husband and I, we have separate pens. You don't go into each other's pen.
So you want that one way?
You've got 2 judges and 2 weighmen. Brian and Eric operate as the judges.
What variety was it? That Lloyd George.
They'll agree or disagree with the grower's own notation of what variety it is.
You said you had a red.
Yeah, we're weirded.
Oh, you what?
We're weirded.
There's your
Red, yellow, green, white.
Then it's handed over to the weighmen,
Yellow Millennium.
and they do the actual weighing using, it's an old balance, the old Avery balance, but it's very accurate.
There's some very good digital ways now which give you an instant readout, but I think there's nothing more exciting than watching the needle till it balances. We don't want to get too modern.
We sit there or stand down and we watch our berries being weighed, and you think, oh God, he's got bigger ones than me.
28, 29.
There's all sorts of things go through your mind, you know.
Well, that's your first berry.
Yeah, I think that's heaviest. You want to go on the heavy end, but like the other two balance of the balancing. Yep.
You go there next, do we?
My name's Jim Hart. I've come from Knutsford in Cheshire. I'm a threat to everyone.
Variety?
Lloyd George.
Lloyd George.
I felt good this morning. I was just hoping that biggest berry would be the biggest berry today.
You're watching them coming on and you think, oh, that one's bigger than mine.
32, 20. 32, 20. Well done.
All on the way.
I knew there'd be quite a few more better than mine, but it wasn't that far behind. It was only a couple of grams behind, so it wasn't far away.
I was born under a gooseberry bush.
How was that?
Very nice. Babies born in wedlock came with a stalk, but babies born out of wedlock were found under gooseberry bushes. So I never knew my father.
Being a gooseberry, you know, you're the outsider. Why should it be?
First, J. Hart, 32 drams, 20 grains with a Montrose, a yellow. By gum. Yeah. You can't buy gooseberries anywhere, and I think it's sad that. But they aren't a cost-effective crop to grow. Brian Nellis.
Should we be worried? Well, clearly we should be. There used to be several hundred gooseberry shows in England, and now there's only 2 or 3 left.
People don't know what they're missing.
But maybe that will make it easier for this one to survive.
This was issued the year before I was born, 71 years ago.
211 years now, but I would hope it's going in another 200.
Thank you all very much for stopping to listen. We'll now draw the raffle. Long live Extonbridge Old Gooseberry Society.
That's another one over.
May it continue and go from strength to strength.